What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. What's up, everybody? Come on in. Alright, we'll give them another minute, y'all, and we'll get started. What's up, Evan? What's up, Tamika? What's up, Anu? What's up, GG? What's up, Lil Light? What's up, Mustafa? All right. How about we begin? Now, the title of this lecture is The Scarlet Woman. Y'all have heard me talk about her before, but we're gonna go in depth today. We're gonna do an in-depth lecture on her today. So, of course, we know the Scarlet Woman is the wrathful form of Sophia. She is the Gnostic, and who is Sophia? Sophia is the Gnostic goddess of wisdom. Yeah, all y'all who've been around and heard any of my Gnostic lectures, I've talked about on multiple occasions. She's the Gnostic goddess of esoteric wisdoms, soul, and knowledge of self. Right? So, let's begin here. How did all this come to be? You know, let's look back into the recordings of the Akashic Records. What's up, Sherry? What's up, Ra? Let's look back into the recordings of the Akashic Records to see how it all came back. Because when we was reading a lot of these motherfucking Grays and Draco Labs and Archon Labs, we found out that they had been stealing from the Akashic Records, and that's why a lot of us can't remember, because there's no data there to remember from, because those recordings have been stolen. Well, this is another recording that we recovered. We recovered what really happened to Sophia. In the Gnostic text, y'all know that they said she performed parthenogenesis and produced an abomination in the form of who? Yaldabaoth, right? But this is actually an untrue story. We found the recording where it finds out that she was raped. She was raped by this being called Abaddon. See what I'm saying? She called herself Mu in the recording, because that's her original name in original form. But we know it's Sophia in the Gnostic teaching. So, or Het Heru in ancient Egypt, or Mother Ninti in Sumeria. You see what I'm saying? So, but over here we know it's Mu. So let's get it in. So, the vision or recording starts with Mother Mu, Sophia, sitting in a deep meditation called absolute meditation. Absolute meditation, for all my Mopai homies and homies who studied it, they know that absolute meditation is a advanced form of meditation that allows you to tap fully into source and draw from it. You see what I'm saying? Draw from it. What's up, Jaquisha? So that you can harness more celestial energies into the body. So yeah, let's continue here. She in the recording, she is tapping into the ultraviolet black light that she can naturally harness and wheel. This is why Sophia's favorite color is purple. See what I'm saying? Y'all know that ultraviolet light is the third degree of black light on the electromagnetic spectrum after gamma and X-ray, right? So of course ultraviolet is purple, a deep purple. So as she was in her meditations, as she was meditating on the ultraviolet spectrum, she sensed a dark presence infiltrating her realm, right? Because she had her own Aether, her own sphere of consciousness, right? Or what we call Aeon now, right? So a dark portal opens up, and a tall, dark, pale green, pale yellow figure walks out of the portal. And this being is known as Abaddon, right? Now, what does Abaddon look like? There's actually a mythological representation of Abaddon in the form of Teal, first form in Dragon Ball Z, if y'all remember him. I'm about to show a picture of him. Hold on. Let me brighten it up a little bit. There we go. That's good enough. So he looks like this. This is as close to a representation of him as I can find in mythology, cause there's no pictures of him in our world. But that's Abaddon. That's Yaldabaoth's father. If y'all want me to just say it out loud, that's Yaldabaoth's father, or mythological representation of him anyway. You know, he's just a little paler. He a paler dark green, and you know, but for the most part, he looks just like Teal here. for the most part. You know, he looks just like him. So yeah, now y'all know what he looks like. Now, let's continue here. Sophia turns around and asks, "Who are you?" The being reveals himself to be Abaddon the Destroyer, which y'all later on will call him Abaddon Destroyer in the Book of Revelations. Mu then asks, "Why are you here?" Abaddon then says, "I came from the underversal realms," which is everything below the zero dimension. The zero dimension is purgatory or limbo. See what I'm saying? Which are the negative dimensions below the zero dimension. Purgatory / limbo. And so he came from those realms. He then goes on to say in the recording, he then goes on to say, "I am the shadow overlord of the negative 11th dimension." So that's where he comes from, the negative 11th dimension. He then says, I received a prophecy from one of my seers that there is a special woman, goddess, that can harness the ultraviolet black light, that you must go and impregnate to give birth to a child that will create a material realm that will bridge the gap between the underverse, middleverse, those are all the dimensions between 0 and the 13th dimension. The 0 dimension and the 13th dimension. And the upper verses, which is 14th dimension plus. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, but the middle verse is everything from the 0 to the 13th dimension. So he was supposed to bridge the gap between the underverse, the middle verse, and the upper verses. And then he goes on to say, "That woman is you." Abaddon then asks, "What is your name?" She then introduces herself as the ultraviolet grill or growl goddess Sophia, or Sophia later on. She then says, "I am a goddess of esoteric wisdom, soul, and awareness of self-awareness." Abaddon then points to her and says, "You will bear my child," or "You will bear me a child." Mu then says, "I will do no such thing. I am a virgin womb," virgin mother, "that must not be desecrated as I await the marriage of my beloved Christo," who y'all know is the Baphomet, who was earlier known as mcjnetwork, who now is known as Wrathful, the hawk-headed warrior. You see what I'm saying? The Book of the Law. But his original name in the old times, because Christo was a nickname, his original name in old time is Muhuti, who y'all also know as Jehuti, or Tehuti, later on Tehuti, and even later on after that, Thoth, or Thought. Now, Abaddon then says, "I am going to take them. I am going to take it then." So Abaddon and Sophia battle. Although Mu puts up a good fight, Abaddon creates a tentacle in the shadows that shoots out a tranquilizer dart that moves at the speed of light, and it hits Sophia in her back. The potent drug causes paralysis in her body. Abaddon then slaps her down to the ground and rapes her and impregnates her with his bastard child. This was the first act of adultery ever committed, according to the Omniverse. So records the Akashic recordings. The rest of the immortals who see Sophia, but not Abaddon, as he had a cloaking device on him, thought that Sophia was committing an unsanctioned act of parthenogenesis. They became disgusted at the shadow. They became disgusted at the shadow monster that was being created inside her, and they ridiculed her for her unsanctioned act. Abaddon then escapes through a portal back into his dimension. She then attempts to tell the other immortals in the Aethers what happened, but after watching the event with their own eyes, they did not believe her and cast her out of the aeons down into the quantum abyss. So that's how she got there. They sentenced her to a 100,000 year sentence in this realm. During this time, she would give birth to the shadow monster, which she called Yaldabaoth, the blind god, or idiot god, also known as the worker god, and even Demiurge. You see what I'm saying? Demiurge. Demiurge means half impulse. Half impulse. So you have God, half impulsive. He's an impulsive god. See what I'm saying? That's basically what Demiurge means, the impulsive god. So yeah. Among some of the names she gave her bastard child, he had the head of a lion and body of a worm, in which sometimes she would call him Maggot when she got frustrated with him. See what I'm saying? So, for all y'all who don't know what Yaldabaoth looks like, let me get y'all a picture here. He looks like this. That's Yaldabaoth. Body, head of a lion, body of a worm, aka the maggot. And for you all who've never seen Sophia, hold on, give me a second here. Let me show y'all a picture of her too. I know a lot of y'all hadn't even seen Sophia. And this is a lecture about her. Let me just get down here to her. Mary Magdalene. Let me see here. Said, so she should be coming up. There she go. This is Sophia. Just replace that green robe with a purple robe. Gnostic gods of wisdom. And so we now know that Abaddon is also the first deadbeat daddy. So y'all see where all these energies are coming from. During this time, she would give. Okay, I said that he had the head of a lion, body of a. Yeah, I said that. Still, it was her son. So she tried her best to show him motherly love and taught him how to use his psychic gifts. He would then go on to create the material universe in which he would rule over as the god of matter, control, and building with the hands, aka the grand architect of the universe, like they tell you in Masonry and Eastern Star. When Yaldabaoth will go later on down the timeline, when Yaldabaoth sinned against Mungu and sinned against Mungu, the pre-existing one, Sophia smirked as she took this as a chance to get vengeance on her son and his father. You see what I'm saying? On his father. This is a dialogue between her and Yaldabaoth. So she came down and told him that I will take off my ultraviolet garment, aura, of divine esoteric wisdom, and I will put on my garment of irrational wrath. And I will appear to you as the vengeful harlot known as Babylon the Beautiful. But you will call me the Scarlet Woman. So it is, and so it shall be. And let me say, there's a reference to this in the NonCommodity here. If y'all never read this, NonCommodity Scriptures by Marvin Mill. I went into this before, page 220. She goes on to say this in this book as well, the end of the age. Before the end of the age, this whole region will shake with loud thunder. The archons will lament because of their fear of death. The angels will grieve for their human beings. The demons will weep over their times and seasons, and their people will mourn and cry on account of their death. Then the age will come, and they will be disturbed. Their kings will be drunk from the flaming sword and will wage war against each other, so that the earth will be drunk from the blood that is poured out. The seas will be troubled by war. The sun will darken, and the moon will lose its light. The stars of the sky will abandon their circuits, and loud thunder will roar from a great power. Above all, the powers of chaos, where the firmament of the female is located, she had produced the first creation, and now she will put away her wise fire of afterthought and put on irrational thought. This is Sophia transmuting herself into the Scarlet Woman. Pisces Sophia will drive out the gods of chaos, whom she had created along with the chief creator, and she will cast them down to the abyss. They will be wiped out through their own injustice. They will be like mountains blazing with fire, and they will consume one another until they are destroyed by their chief creator, Yaldabaoth. When he destroys them, he will turn on himself and attack himself until he is no more. The heavens of the gods will collapse upon one another, and their powers will be consumed. Their realm will also be overthrown. The chief creator's heaven, Yaldabaoth's heaven, will fall and split in half. His stars in their sphere will fall down to the earth, and the earth will not be able to endure them. They will fall down to the abyss, and the abyss will be overthrown. Light overcomes darkness. The light will overcome the darkness and banish it. The darkness will be like something that never was, and the source of darkness will be dissolved. So what is this darkness? This is universal darkness, which is a real heavy, dense form of dark energy. You see what I'm saying? There's on the negative side of the dimensional polarity. Because just like you got positive dimensions, you got negative dimensions below zero. So yeah, deficiency will be pulled out by its root and cast down into the darkness, and the light will withdraw up to its roots. The glory of the unbegotten will appear and fill all the eternal realms when the prophets and the writings of rulers are revealed and fulfilled by those who are called perfect. Those who have not become perfect in the unbegotten Father will receive glory in their realms and the kingdoms of the immortal, but they will never enter the kingless realm. All must return to the place where they come from. But what they do and what they know, all of them will reveal their natures. So basically what they're saying here is, according to what you've done, according to your works on the planet, according to how much work you did down here, those are the rewards you're going to see, and those depending on what dimensional frequency you're gonna be on. A lot of y'all gonna return back to those levels of aeons. You see what I'm saying? So now, let's continue here. Let's continue. So now, and this is what she says to Yaldabaoth, right? This is what she tells him. She takes his opportunity. Now, Abarock has already been killed because now Sophia and her mate Huti, who is the only one that believed her when she told him about how she was raped, they went down to the the negative 11 dimension and murked Abarock, and I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. Went to go see that nigga. You see what I'm saying? So I don't blame him. So let's continue here. The story of the Scarlet Woman. Alright, Aleister Crowley, The Vision and the Voices book. So let's see what's going on here. 12th Aether. Come on. There we go. Page 75, okay. There we go. The cry of the 12th Aether, which is called Lo. Now, Lo means hey, or, it just means hey, or pretty much a word that gets your attention, right? Here we go. There appeared in the stone or tone 2 pillars of flame, and the midst is a chariot of white fire. This seems to be the chariot of the 7th key of tarot, but it is drawn by 4 sphinxes, diverse like the 4 sphinxes upon the door of the vault of the Aethers, counterchanged in their component parts. The chariot itself is the lunar crescent waning. The canopy is supported by 8 pillars of amber. These pillars are upright, and yet the canopy which they support is the whole vault of the night. The charioteer is a man in golden armor, studded with sapphires, but over his shoulder is a white robe. and over that a red robe. Upon his gold helmet he beareth for his crest a crab. His hands, crab, I think it's cancer energy if I'm not mistaken. His hands are clasped upon a cup from which radiates a ruddy glow, constantly increasing so that everything is blotted out by its glory, and the whole air is filled with it. And there is a marvelous perfume in the air, like unto the perfume of Wrathful, but sublimated as if the quintessence of that perfume alone were burnt, for it have the richness and voluptuousness and humanity of blood, and the strength and freshness of meal, and the sweetness of honey, and the purity of olive oil, and the holiness of that oil which is made of myrrh, and cinnamon, and galangal. The character speaks in a low, solemn voice, all inspiring like large and very distant bell. Let him look upon the cup, whose blood is mingled therein, for the wine of the cup is the blood of the saints. Glory unto the Scarlet Woman, Babylon, the mother of abominations, that rideth upon the beast, for she hath split their blood in every corner of the earth, and lo, she hath mingled in the cup of her whoredom. With the breath of her kisses hath she fermented it, and it hath become the wine of the sacrament, the wine of the Sabbath. And in the holy assembly hath she poured it out for her worshippers, and they had become drunken thereon, so that face to face they beheld my Father. Thus are they made worthy to become partakers of the mystery of this holy vessel. For the blood is the life. So sitteth she from age to age, and the righteous, and never weary of her kisses. And by her murders and fornications she seduceth the world. Therein is manifested the glory of my Father who is truth. This wine is such that its virtue radiates through the cup. I reel under the intoxication of it, and every thought is destroyed by it. It abideth alone, and its name is compassion. So the cup is the Holy Grail, by the way. And it has the blood of the saints in it, which is the saints is us. You see what I'm saying? Starseed, anybody who's doing the work. See what I'm saying? Anybody who's doing the work right now is classified as the saints. I understand by compassion the sacrament of suffering, partaken by the true worshippers of the highest. And it is an ecstasy in which there is no trace of pain. Its passivity equals passion. It's like giving up the self to the beloved. So you become one with the feminine energy, the divine feminine energy. The voice continues, this is the mystery of Babylon, the mother of abominations. And this is the mystery of her adulteries. For she hath yielded up herself to everything that liveth, and hath become a partaker in his mysteries. And because she hath made herself the servant of each, therefore is she become the mistress of all. Not as yet canst thou comprehend her glory. So in other words, the Scarlet Woman sat here and dealt with the bullshit that went down on this planet for mainly the last 2,000 years. We talked about the last 48,000 years, but mainly for the last 2,000 years with the blood of the saints, the fornications, the adulteries, the passion, and the uncontrolled passion that she had to harness and deal with. And she was just been storing it up for the end times when she kept it as a record against Yaldabaoth when she would come and fuck this nigga up and his matrix. You see what I'm saying? For she had yielded up herself into everything that liveth and become a partaker in his mystery. And because she had made herself the servant of each, therefore is she become the mistress of all. Not as yet canst thou comprehend her glory. Beautiful art thou, O Babylon. Babylon means soul, Ba. Babylon, the root word of Babylon is Ba. Ba means soul. And we all know Sophia is the soul goddess. You see what I'm saying? So beautiful art thou, O Babylon, and desirable, for thou hast given thyself to everything that liveth, and thy weakness hath subdued their strength. For in that union thou didst understand. Therefore art thou called understanding, O Babylon, lady of the night, lady of the melanin. This is that which is written. O my God, in one last rapture, let me attain to the union with the many. For she is love, and her love is one. And she hath divided the love into infinite loves, and each love is one, and equal to the one. And therefore is she passed from assembly, and the law, and the enlightenment unto the anarchy of solitude and darkness. Forever thus must she veil the brilliance of herself. So she has to veil, cloak the brilliance of herself. That's how bright she is. O Babylon, Babylon, thou mighty mother that rides upon the crown beast, your melanin monster. Let me be drunken upon the wine of thy fornications. Let thy kisses wanton me unto death, that even I, thy cupbearer, may understand. A cupbearer is just someone who keeps the information. You see what I'm saying? And continues to transmit it down through the generations. Now through the ruddy glow of the cup, I may perceive for above and infinitely great the vision of Babylon, and the beast whereon she rideth is the Lord of the city of the pyramids. Pay attention to what I just said. And the beast thereon she rideth is the Lord of the city of pyramids. So the beast, the Lord of the city of pyramids. So they tell you the melanin was in the pyramids, the secrets of melanin, the secrets of soul, the secrets of the force. You see what I'm saying? That I beheld in the 14th Aether. Now there is gone in the glow of the cup, and the angel said, not as yet mayest thou understand the mystery of the beast, for it pertaineth not unto the mystery of this air, and few that are newborn unto understanding are capable thereof. The cup glows ever brighter and fierier. All my senses unsteady, being smitten with ecstasy. And the angel said, blessed are the saints that their blood is mingled in the cup, and can never be separate anymore. For Babylon the beautiful, the mother of abominations is nothing but chaos energy and the chaos forces, have sworn by her holy cities, whereof every point is a pain, that she will not rest from her adulteries until the blood of everything that liveth is gathered therein, and the wine thereof laid up and matured and consecrated, in word to gladden the heart of my Father. So she ain't gonna rest until the blood on the planet is absorbed into her. So she have more and more of a reason to fuck this shit up. For my father is weary with the stress of El, and cometh not to her bed. Yet shall this perfect wine be the quintessence and the elixir of life, and by the drought thereof shall he renew his youth, and so shall it be eternally. As age by age the worlds do dissolve and change, and the universe unfoldeth itself as a rose, and shutteth itself up as the cross that is bent into the cube. And this is the comedy of Pan. I bet it is the comedy of Pan, which is played at night in the thick forest. And this is the mystery of Dionysius Agrius. They is celebrated upon the holy mountain of Cathaeron. And this is the secret of the brothers of the Rosy Cross. And this is the heart of the ritual that is accomplished in the vault of the Adepts, that is hidden in the mountain of the caverns, even the holy mountains Abaddon. And this is the meaning of the supper of the Passover, the spilling of the blood of the Lamb being a ritual of the dark brothers, for they have sealed up the pylon with blood, lest the angel of death should enter therein. The angel of death is Azrael. Thus do they shut themselves off from the company of the saints. So they keep secrecy. You see what I'm saying? They stay in secrecy. They conceal the truth from everybody else, from all the other saints. Thus do they shut themselves off from the company of the saints. Thus do they keep themselves from compassion and from understanding. Accursed are they, for they shut up their blood in their hearts. So they've been cursed for keeping the truth from us. You see what I'm saying? They've been cursed from keeping the truth from the spiritual people who trying to find their way. They keep themselves from the kisses of my mother, Babylon, and in their lonely fortresses they pray to the false moon. I bet they do pray to the false moon. And they bind themselves together with an oath, and with a great curse, because y'all know the moon, it's actually 3 moons. It's a purple moon, a strawberry colored moon, and a turquoise moon. Those are the 3 true sister moons of Earth. The one moon you see in the sky is actually a space station. You see what I'm saying? It's actually a space station. So yeah, so that's the one moon you see in the sky. But it's actually, the Earth is supposed to actually have 3 moons. One moon is the color purple. The other moon is strawberry red, and the other moon is turquoise. You see what I'm saying? So those are the 3 true moons of Earth. Not the fucking white moon you see in the sky. That's a space station. You see, so that's a space station. We've already confirmed that in the other realms. So yeah. And if you don't believe us, you can actually project there yourself and see it. It's a space station. It's not a real moon. The 3 moons, this space station was keeping the other 3 moons, and we had to destroy it. And the astrals to bring in the other 3 moons, which were the true energies of the true feminine energies of the earth. So they are here now, and y'all now actually able to tap into those 3 moons. Like I said, one is purple, one is strawberry red, and the other one is turquoise. So if y'all want to tap into them, that's up to you. Now, they keep themselves from the kisses of my mother, Babylon, and in their lonely fortresses they pray to the false moon, and they bind themselves together with an oath and with a great curse. So they bind themselves together with a oath and a great curse. So oaths and curses are some bullshit, as you can see. And of their malice they conspire together, and they have power and mastery, and in their cauldrons do they brew the harsh wine of delusion, mingled with the poison of their selfishness. So they keep it all to themselves. Thus they made war upon the Holy One, sending forth their delusion upon men and upon everything that liveth, so that their false compassion is called compassion, and their false understanding is called understanding. For this is their most potent spell. In other words, they have false reason themselves and false compassion themselves in thinking that they are the one true beings who can have this knowledge and no one else can. So yet of their own poison do they perish, and in their lonely fortresses shall they be eaten up by the time that have cheated them to serve him, and by the mighty devil Coronzon, the Yaldabaoth, their master, whose name is the second death. This is the demiurge. For the blood that they have sprinkled on their pylon, and there is a bar against the angel death. You see what I'm saying? So that's Azrael. Is the key by which he entereth. The angel said, and this is the word of double power, and the voice of the master, wherein in 5 interpenetrateth the 6. This is the secret interpretation that may not be understood, save only of them that understand. And this is the key of the pylon of power, because there is no power that may endure, save only the power that descendeth in this, my chariot, from Babylon, the city of the 50 gates, the gate of the god On, who is On. On is Onus, the Babylonian fish god, aka Enki in Samaria. You see what I'm saying? The god of water, the god of unconscious, the god of the unconsciousness, which you must go into to activate your inner deities and godlike powers. You see what I'm saying? Moreover, it's on the key of the vault that is 120. And we talked about 120 years. From 1900 to 2020 was the last of the 120-year period of this cycle. You see what I'm saying? Up until the Great Convergence. And then we lived out the residue engines after the Great Convergence. Here we are on the other side. You know, here we are on the other side of the equation. So now we are officially in the Aquarium Age, and we are doing our thing now. So also do the majesty and the beauty derived from the supernal wisdom. But this is a mystery utterly beyond thine understanding. For wisdom is the man, and understanding the woman. And not until thou hast perfectly understood canst thou begin to be wise. But I reveal unto thee a mystery of the Aethers, that not only are they bound up with the Sephiroth, tree of life, but also with the past. Now the plane of the Aethers interpenetrateth and surrounded the universe wherein the Sephiroth are established. And therefore is the order of the Aethers not the order of the tree of life. So in other words, the tree of life was created, or the material spheres of consciousness that was created by Yaldabaoth. The Aeons existed before the tree of life. You see what I'm saying? Before the Sephiroth, or the spheres of consciousness of the material universe. So that's what they're saying here. That's the Aethers are another way of saying Aeons. You see what I'm saying? In this particular book. So yeah, so those Aeons that exist before the tree of life in the Pleroma, the Pleromian realms, is what they're talking about here. And they preceded the tree of life, which is the 10 Sephiroth that emanates from the Pleroma. You see what I'm saying? The Pleroma. And so this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. Now, the plane of the Aethers interpenetrative and surrounded the universe wherein the Sephiroth are established. And therefore it's the order of the Aethers, not the order of the tree of life. And only in a few places do they coincide. But the knowledge of the Aethers is deeper than the knowledge of the Sephiroth. So that's why we tell you study Gnosticism. Because Gnosticism transcends even the Kabbalah and the Kalipov. Nobody's talking about that. For that in the Aether is the knowledge of the aeons. I think the trouble with these people was that they wanted to substitute the blood of someone else for their own blood because they wanted to keep their personalities. In other words, they wanted to continue living for as long as possible. And to each shall it be given according to his unconscious mind of the seal, with a personal nature. Now a voice come from without, and lo, I saw you too, and a great bell begins to toll, and there come 6 little so fine transparent that it's hardly visible. Yet when the light of the cup goes out entirely, as the light of the cup in the whole air, for it was lighted. Now I think something's happening to him here because the words get kind of scribbled up. It's not as clear. The channel not as clear. I don't know if he's not able to handle it at this point. But yeah. And now the light is all gone out of the tone. And now I'm very... And the words that... And there's no words there. Then there's another word here that's been scratched out. It just said T-C. And then I think it's the Living Ather. But you can't read it. So I think this goes on to the 11th Aether here. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay, so this is the 10th Aether here. So the cry of the 10th Aether. So yeah, this will be the 11th Aether here. So is there anything that needs to be said in the 11th Aether? That was of importance. Nah. But yeah, that's the lesson on the Scarlet Woman. So yeah, that's the 12th Aether. So we'll stop there. We'll stop there. So that's the lesson of this particular aeon. He revealed the Scarlet Woman, Sophia Kali. Y'all also know her as in our Vodun energy, she is Urzuli Dantor. Also, the fiery warrior mother goddess. You see what I'm saying? Also. So if you want to tap into the more Haitian type energy, she's also Urzuli Dantor. So yeah, but yes. This is Sophia in her irrational, wrathful form. So let's continue here. So yeah, I told y'all the reason why most of us can't remember is because these recordings have been stolen from the Akasha records. This is why they were playing with, and then we get back to what I was saying. This is what they were playing with in WandaVision. Wanda absorbing Agnes's power is symbolic of Sophia taking off her ultraviolet garment of esoteric wisdom and putting on her garment of irrational wrath and becoming the Scarlet Woman / Scarlet Witch. So check this out. So they playing with this. And there's a reason why they playing with this. There's a reason why they're playing with this here. So this is deep information that they hear from you. They hear from us. I'm gonna explain why all this the red hat energy and everything. So the first thing first, let me put you on game on what's going on with this. Why they fought. And this all took place in Scarlet Witch's or Wanda's mind and heart. And you know Wanda was Sophia in the movie. In the TV show, my bad. In the TV show. And she was the mother. She had twin sons. Well, there was supposed to be a daughter and a son. Like I told y'all, Heru the child and said shot the daughter, aka Harpar Karad and Nima Self-Care Abwe Corey, or Nima Corey as well. So yeah, let's get it. Yeah, just watch the whole thing. It's in the dark. Hold on.
Pathetic little corner of the world all to yourself. Wanda, you've never been up against another witch before. Deal. We'll always be brothers. Only the witch who cast them can use her magic. Who?
Scarlet Woman.
Good girl. Just gonna lock me up somewhere?
No. I'll give you the role you chose.
I have no idea what you've unleashed. You're gonna need me.
I know where to find you.
Wait. Hiya, hon. Did I leave the oven on, or is that just you, hot stuff?
You don't know Monica.
So yeah, there you go. Her transforming into the Scarlet Witch. We talked about her ability to harness chaos magic. What is chaos magic? Chaos magic is melanin magic. The ability to harness dark energy and use it to its full abilities. Let's look up her skill set real quick. Her abilities. And then we'll go ahead and wrap this on up real quick. Come on. It's moving slow, y'all. Hold on, give me a second here. Whenever I do lectures, the phone wants to move slow as hell. Y'all know how this go. Scarlet Witch abilities. Miss Bad Mom, did you see the very last clip on Wanda with Monica going on to the Coordinate Theater? No, I ain't see that. Here we go. Her powers are chaos magic. What can she do with it? Alright, here we go. Here we go. These are her abilities. So, anyway. Here we go. Powers and ability. Wanda is possibly the most powerful mutant in the MCU. Wanda possesses the incredible power of chaos magic. Wanda's power can warp reality and existence and bring total destruction to the cosmos. According to S.H.I.E.L.D., Wanda's comparative mutagenic power is 9.3. Wanda is also a class 5 mutant, as stated by Iron Man, an Omega level mutant. Powers. Known powers. Wanda is a mutant with the following powers: chaos magic, which is reality warping. Scarlet Witch's main power is the superhuman ability to manipulate chaos magic, given to her by the demon Cthulhu in prison with Wonder Gore Mountain. Her hexes were by extension, we know it was by the Mind Stone in the MCU universe. Her hexes were by extension simple, indirect manifestation of this magic, destabilizing probabilities by inducing chaos. The Scarlet Witch's powers are also connected to her very life force energy, which considerably increased her abilities. However, they are not fully under her conscious control, and their effects persist even after Dr. Strange's Al Agamotto shut down her mind. Even the combined efforts of the Sorcerer Supreme and Earth's most formidable psychic minds were unable to fully inhibit such effects for long. Wonder was even able in the main reality to generate armies from nowhere and revive Wonder Woman from another plane of existence. Her powers were sought by Camelot's mistresses of the mystic arts, Morgan and Le Fay, to bridge the gap between Le Fay's fairy magic and Asgardian Twilight Sword and restructure reality in the conniving witch's own twisted image. There seemed to be no limit to her powers. She's altering reality on a near multiversal scale, permanently shifting the nature of all possible futures of Marvel without even realizing what she had done. Though certain of her victims have claimed to be able to discern the difference between reality and her spells. Wonder was also shown to easily wipe and revive any in her own illusory reality from existence with but a thought, the first two using her children, if possibly accidentally, as power conduits. Let's see. Maximoff appeared capable of even causing the loss of 98% of the mutant population and the deletion of the mutant genome created by the near omnipotent Celestials. Her powers badly blocked by the joint forces of the Sorcerer Supreme and the strongest psychic mind on Earth. And even then, only very so partially. Dr. Strange also states to the beast that Wanda's one spell is of such complexity and strength that it has woven itself into reality and the world of magic itself, and that if he were to even try to reverse it, all of reality would implode. The spell Wanda cast also affect even the alternate reality, strongly implying she was of sufficient power to permanently change the multiverse itself, which is nearly unprecedented, even by cosmic entities. So she ain't nothing to fuck around with. Furthermore, in a reality diversion from the House of M, concluding events, let's see. Wanda Maximoff shows an even greater extent of power to remove at least all of Earth's superhumans of all their personal abilities, including breaking the connection to a Sorcerer Supreme has with the mystic arts, canceling cosmic energy-based powers such as that of the Fantastic Four, stripping all the world's mutants of their variety of powers, and eliminating powers caused by irradiation on a cellular level or by gamma-based red blood transfusions, as well as revealing and depowering all the concealed Skrulls on Earth and all Inhumans. One is even capable of healing the severely damaged legs of Charles Xavier, while all his Earth and alien friends, allies, and colleagues' efforts, including even giving Xavier a new body, apparently failed for countless years. So she a bad mofo. One of the maxima of the mainstream reality is actually considered the very nexus being of the central universe of Earth 616. There go that number, Earth 616. Remember, 616 is the energy of the demiurge. Remember, that's the spell of the demiurge. Y'all the boy spell 616. 616 equals to up to be what? 13. So yeah, the 13 zodiac, which is he's using to trap everybody's energy here. Serves as the entity that personifies the realm's character and serves as the focal point or anchor of that reality. We want to describe a nexus being as one of the rare individual entities with the power to affect probabilities and thus the future, making her along the scales of class and power as the other known nexus beings, such as Merlin, Siznig, Kong the Conqueror, yada 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 yada. And she perfectly capable of wielding magic. One's ability to channel and wield magical energy was brought about by the demonic sorcerer Cthulhu, according to them. She also able to generate hex bolts. Hex spheres or hex bolts. These hexes are relatively short range and are limited to her line of sight. Let's see what else she's capable of here. She can teleport, telekinesis, flight, expert knowledge of sorcery, expert combatant, expert tactician, her strength level. The Scarlet Witch possesses the normal human strength of a woman of her age, height, being who engages in moderate, regular exercises. Weaknesses, mental illness. So there y'all go. So now, you understand, they telling you through the Scarlet Witch energy that's the Scarlet Woman. and who has come back to destroy this shit. She was prophesied to come back and destroy creation. You see what I'm saying? She was prophesied to come back to destroy creation in WandaVision. So yeah. So now, what does the Scarlet Woman look like? Here she go. That's the Scarlet Woman. That halo around her is an enlightened consciousness, and she's also holding an egg, which is actually soul. Fire, right? The Scarlet Woman. Y'all ain't never seen her before. That's what she looks like. One more time here. So, alright. Now that y'all understand the secrets of the Scarlet Woman, let's get into why these other motherfuckers, the Cabal and the Moors and all them niggas, why they presenting y'all so much red energy. What they have been doing is they have been showing the color red a lot. These red hats in media. They are biting off the energy of the Scarlet Woman because her energy has returned to the planet. Babylon / Sophia Kali. These are just some of the energies that they have produced. Some of the rituals. Number one, as y'all well know, Nicki Minaj sacrificed her father recently. Tell me why she picks a picture with her wearing a red dress. P gang. Next, the Gorilla Glue Girl is wearing a what? Red hoodie. Who is actually just hilarious, by the way. Also, a Masonic humiliation ritual. Nicki Minaj sacrificed her father. Let's see here. Blood sacrifice. Nas' new album cover. This is what it look like. That's what it look like. What does it say? It's called King's Disease. Nasir bin Oludara Jones. Oba Alkebulan, the motherland, basically. Because Alkebulan is another name for Africa. And Oba is the mother matriarch, or mother Orisha in the Orishan pantheon. So yeah, they got all these little kids wrapped in blood. Plus they got the skull, they got food, so it's a ritual. It's a ritual. It's an offering. Skull, the sword, food, gold. They look like they got a I don't know if there's a pig or boar or something, but yeah, they just and the kids is showing an empty throne, and they're holding the crown for somebody. It's the king's disease. You see what I'm saying? Dis-ease. So yeah, and this is one more time. This is what it looked like. So he gave us a picture with a bunch of kids who are all red, blooded up, giving a throne to somebody who's not even there. See what I'm saying? To somebody who's not even there. So yeah. So it's a throne. So that's the king's disease. Dis-ease. So they really playing with this energy here. They really playing with this energy. Moorish paraphernalia is popping up all over the place. A lot of my friends, Facebook friends, sent me this. So yeah, and a missing king. So who is the missing king? See what I'm saying? Who is the missing king? You're about to see who it is. You're about to see who it is. Next, coming to America. Who they give you? Sitting on the throne. They give you Eddie Murphy. Right? And he's wearing what? All red. He's the missing king. I see. King of Zamunda. Which was literally had become using our energies of Moorish territory. Look, all the flower girls are wearing red now. Now, Zamunda's colors was originally green, yellow, and black. So why the fuck everybody wearing red and black? Or red, black, and white all of a sudden? You see what I'm saying? You gotta ask these questions. You gotta ask yourself these questions. What's going on here? You go to more in the background. Now, they didn't even have Moors in the first movie. So what's happening here? What's happening here? It's a big ritual. Even got the new girl. I told y'all, everybody here is in the Moorish Boule. In the Moorish Boule. So there you go. Everybody here is in the Moorish Boule. Zamunda has been taken over by the Moors on the astral plane. Basically what they're saying here. Next, you got Kelly Rowland. Oh, Kelly Rowland is a big-ass ritual. In her video Flowers that she just came out with, she's dressed up as the Scarlet Woman. But peep game. If you take a closer look, she pregnant. It looks like she pregnant in this video. We don't go off of them and say she is pregnant. Who's she pregnant with? Well, they imitating Babylon the Great's daughter. Babylon was pregnant in the Book of Revelation with Heru the child. She was pregnant with twins. Heru the child said shot the daughter, right? So yeah. So they playing with this energy real hard right now, and it all led up to this. Fucking Lil Nas X and the devil revealing themselves, right? But we all know the devil is who? The motherfucking demiurge. Y'all the bulls, the demiurge, right? But they know Christians don't know nothing about that, so they had to portray to you it being the devil. This is who they worship, right? Everybody saying they Satanists, know they demiurges. You see what I'm saying? They worship the demiurge. You see what I'm saying? They demiurgicness. There's demiurgism, I guess you could say it. However they like to say it. Demiurgism. So, yeah. So, now, check this out. The American flag, as y'all well know, is red, white, and blue. Right? Right? The red, white, and blue combined with the Moorish flag, right? Now, did y'all know that red, white, and blue are actually the colors of the Moors? Did y'all know that? The original colors of the Moors. Red is the Roman Catholic Moors, and their flag is the flag of Sardinia. Hold on, let me see here. Which is this here. This was the Roman Moors flag of Sardinia. I think it's like 12. They created this in 1200 something. Next is blue, which is the Berbers, African Berbers, / Boule. And their flag, I didn't get their flag because it was relatively new. It was only from the 1970s. So, but I did get the Boule information. The Boule looks like this. And this is literally the symbol that they had. Let me show you a better picture of it. It looked like this. It was the symbol that they had on the ground, on the martial art ring that they had. That was the symbol. It was the symbol of the Boule. That's how we know it's a Boule ritual. It is a griffin, a Sumerian griffin with the head of a woman, and she's holding a jar. But she's holding her hand on the jar to conceal what? Conceal the truth. Conceal the truth. And then it's surrounded by these little leaves here. We're supposed to be, as long as we conceal the truth, there can be peace. You see what I'm saying? As long as we can conceal the truth, there can be peace. Look like this. So yeah, they were created in 1904. Now, this capital Boule here, but the original Boule was created in 1904 at Sigma Pi something. Hold on, let me look this up for y'all, so y'all know what y'all dealing with. So y'all can know what y'all dealing with. So, they thought I was crazy when I made that red hat selection to come into America. Decode. They was like, Marv, you why you picking on the Moors? We not picking on the Moors. We calling a spade a spade. Shit, y'all so-called good Moors, then these dirty Moors do whatever the fuck they want to across the world. Y'all don't even call them out on their bullshit now. Y'all just let them do whatever. You know, shit. If y'all caught them out in their bullshit, we'd be easy on you. But y'all ain't saying nothing about what the fuck they doing. Y'all just let them do whatever. So that's why y'all getting y'all asses kicked, cause y'all taking the fall with them. If you claim you're more, because y'all don't do anything, just like y'all didn't do anything when they burn. Your ancestors ain't do nothing when they burned the books doing index and spurgatories. Y'all just watched. Y'all ain't put an arrow in this nigga chest or nothing, like he wasn't doing wrong. See what I'm saying? So yeah. So let's see here. Let's see here. Where was I going with this? I was looking, and I have forgot what I was looking up just now. Shit. Oh yeah, I was looking at the boule. That's right. I was looking at the boule. There it is. And the boule headquarters is in Atlanta, Georgia. Did y'all know that? So yeah, you know they doing some fuck shit in Atlanta. That's why Atlanta energy kind of off and unstable, cause you literally got the boule headquarters there. Boule, Sigma Pi Phi. Now, y'all think that they just been created, but it is the first non-collegiate African-American fraternity. It is the oldest black Greek-letter organization. Have always been non-collegiate. It is designed for professionals at mid-career or older. Sigma Pi Phi was founded in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on May 15, 1904. The fraternity quickly established chapters referred to as member boules in Chicago, Illinois, and then Baltimore, Maryland. The founders included 2 doctors, a dentist, and a pharmacist. When Sigma Pi Phi was founded, black professionals were not offered participation in professional and cultural associations organized by the white community. Sigma Pi Phi has over 5,000 members and 139 chapters throughout the United States, England, and the Bahamas. So they type is social. Their scope is international. Their colors is Pantone blue. They have 139 chapters. Their nickname is Boule, a council of noblemen. Headquarters Atlanta, Georgia, USA. And it gets deeper. So I'm about to even go harder. Hold on. There's actually an ancient version of the Boule as well in history. Hold on here. Let me get this for y'all. Boule may refer to Boule, ancient Greece, a citizens' council appointed to run daily affairs of a city. Hellenic parliament, transliterated as voule or boule from Greek. Boule bread, a round loaf of white, often sourdough bread. Boule community, an Akan people and Cote d'Ivoire, Africa. Boule crystal, ingot of synthetically produced crystal. Boule gambling game, a game similar to Russian roulette. Boule gene, an alias for the gene bowl, responsible for sperm production in animals. And let's see here. So this boule energy been around. You see what I'm saying? But mainly boule in ancient Greece. It was a citizen council. In cities of ancient Greece, the Greek boule was a council of over 500 citizens appointed to run daily affairs of the city. Originally a council of nobles advising a king, boule, evolved according to the constitution of the city. In oligarchies, boule positions might have been hereditary, while in democracies, members were typically chosen by lot, sortition, and served for 1 year. Little is known about the workings of many boule except in the case of Athens, for which extensive material has survived. Athenian boule. The original council of Athens was the Areopagus. It consisted of ex-archons and was aristocratic in character. It was consisted of what? It was consisted of ex-archons and was aristocratic in character. Because remember, archon meant angel as well in Greek, in the Greek language. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So let's see. So now you wonder where this energy come from. They said here, accountability and responsiveness. The Boule had a number of safeguarding principles that secured the accountability and responsiveness of the council to the larger public. 3 of the main mechanisms in place were monitored by other governing institutions, including the Assembly, Ecclesia, and the courts. They require rendering of a full account of the work undertaken upon leaving the council, and not least the ability of the general citizenry and fellow council members to charge individual members with a vote of no confidence. Members of the Boule served for 1 year, and no one could serve more than twice in his life, nor more than once a decade. The leadership of the Boule, the Pretending rotated between the tribe delegation, and a new Pretending was chosen every month by lot. The man in charge of Pretending was replaced every day from among the 50 members, again chosen by lot. So yes, this energy been around. Check this out. The Boule and the democracy of the late 5th century BC. So this should go all the way back to 500, maybe 600 BC, y'all. 400 BC, somewhere up in there. After the reforms of Ephialtes and Pericles in the mid-5th century BC, the Boule took on many of the administrative and judicial functions of the Areopagus, which retained its traditional right to try homicide cases. It supervised the state's finances, navy, cavalry, sacred matters, building and shipping matters, and care for invalids and orphans. Its own members staffed many boards that oversaw the finer points of these many administrative duties, and until the examination of public officials, both before and after leaving office. Most offices lasting 1 year to ensure honest accounting and loyalty to the state. You heard some cases of impeachment of public officials for high crimes and mismanagement or serious dereliction of duties. At some point in the late 5th century, pay was instituted for those serving in the Boule. This may have been a way to encourage poor citizens to volunteer who would otherwise be reluctant to serve. The Boule was considered the cornerstone of the democratic constitution, providing a locus for day-to-day activities and holding together the many disparate administrative functions of the government. Because of the rotation of members, it was assumed that the Boule was free from the domination of factions of any kind, although there is some evidence that richer citizens served out of proportion to poorer citizens. This may be due to the heavy investment of time required, time that poor citizens would not have had to spare. So yeah, now you see where this energy comes from. It comes from the Greek. It's that Greek energy. You know, they love that Greek shit. You see what I'm saying? They love that. But interestingly enough, the imagery is not Greek. The imagery is Sumerian. You know, the imagery is Sumerian. So we like, why y'all using Sumerian? Y'all don't even fuck with Sumerian like that. And the reason why is the griffin is what? What does the griffin represent? The griffin represent a hybrid, right? Body of a lion with wings, and the lion is holding a vase which has like a little. It has the black dot with many circles entwined, which is creation. The black dot, creation, returning back to the source. So they talking about esoteric knowledge, but they keep the knowledge concealed because what is the griffin doing? It's holding his hand on the vase. So it's holding his hand on the truth, the spiritual truth. Hell, they don't even teach their members, they lower members, the truth. You have to get real high up in the Boule for them to teach you the actual sciences of what's really going on. So yeah, they conceal the truth. They don't reveal the truth. That's their whole thing. You know, they worship the demiurge. Now keep the truth hidden, and you will always get what you want down here. Don't never give it to anybody else. So, red, the Roman Christian Moors, which was the Sardinian flag. You had blue. Now you see the Boule imagery. Also connecting to the African Berbers, which were some of the original Moors. And finally, you have white, which are the Puritans, the Puritan flag. Now, interestingly enough, George Washington was talking about the cherry tree. This flag, which has the cross in it, the original one, it was two variations. This one didn't, one that didn't have a cross and just the tree, and this one that did have a cross. I picked this one because it connects to the Knight Templars. And the cherry tree is like the English energy. You see what I'm saying? The English energy. So the Moroccan flag that everybody is talking about wasn't even like this flag here that motherfuckers be talking about. This is a new this is Noble Drew Ali's version of the flag. You see what I'm saying? The Moorish Science Temple of America. You know, that's when he came over here, or he when he rose up and built his version of the Moors. But like I told y'all, that version of it's supposed to symbolize love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Any group of people must answer up to the constitutional standards of law by name and principles. Because to be a citizen of any government, you must claim your national descent name. Because they place their trust upon issues and names formed by their forefathers. But as Noble Drew Ali quickly found out, these niggas do not honor their fucking teachings. So this is what you got going on here. So that was Noble Drew Ali's flag. You see what I'm saying? That had nothing to do with Morocco and all that shit. You know, they connected Morocco with it, but it really had nothing to do. That was Noble Drew Ali's flag from the jump. You know, they said it's the sovereign flag of Morocco. Al Morocco is America. You know, it's not the Eastern Morocco. The Eastern Morocco had been taken out by the Arabs. You see what I'm saying? By the Arabs. So they talking about Al Morocco is America. So they telling you right. So Noble Drew Ali was saying that we are here to recreate the American Moors. But like I told y'all, after they assassinated Noble Drew Ali in the 1920s, the Jesuit Moors spent the next 20 years infiltrating all the Moorish science temples of America, and then they abolished Noble Drew Ali's version of the Moorish Science Temple of America in the 1940s, and they reorganized it into the Jesuit Moorish Science Temple of America, and now it is part of the Jesuit order. You see what I'm saying? And the whole Moorish Empire, which I've already told y'all, includes Greek fraternities, colleges, all the colleges in the world are up under the Moorish Empire and Roman Empire, both of them. So yeah, both of them. And the Roman Empire is actually the Christian Moorish Empire, by the way. By the way, if y'all ain't know, the Roman Empire was created by the Christian Moors. See what I'm saying? The Christian Moors. A lot of them had their hand in creating it. You know, so yeah. So yeah. Greek fraternities, colleges, universities, and community colleges. Boule, you know, Eastern Star, Masonry, both Prince Hall and fucking Scotch Rite, because they sold, after they killed Prince Hall, they reorganized fucking Prince Hall Masonry and put Black Masonry up under as a subsidiary of this Jesuit Empire. You see what I'm saying? It's Jesuit Empire. So Prince Hall Masonry also belongs to this fucking global United Nations. So all these motherfuckers is there. Now Scotch Rite was originally theirs anyway, but Prince Hall was created as an antithesis to Scottish Rite. So yeah, the Shriners, and various other groups who I can't think of off the top of my head, but those are just a few that is up under the Moorish Empire. Because remember, there were Christian Moors and there were Islamic Moors. Peep game. Now, are there Moorish lineages over here? Of course. A lot of them came over here, came to North America as well after the fall of Moorish Spain. But a lot of them didn't act the fool when they came over here to North America, but some of them did. Some of them infiltrated the area and they gathered intel. And when the English came over here in 1607, they gave them the intel to fuck this shit up. That's how the English was so successful. Besides the fact that the indigenous populations, the Yamasee and everybody, helped them grow their shit and get their shit together over here. So this is what you got going on here. This is what happened. So that's what the red, white, and blue. That's why they picked the red, white, and blue. The whole point of the American flag, it is the Masonic Sons of Liberty version of the original Moorish flag. The original Moorish flag was the flag of Sardinia, which I just showed y'all, which was, just to show y'all one more time. Let's show y'all one more time. This is what the original Moorish flag looked like. A red cross with four men that's wearing bandanas. So this was their particular program. This is what you're seeing. There were 7 major rituals that happened between February and March, so that you know that they coming. And the last ritual was Lil Nas X Montero video that y'all just dropped, giving them, letting y'all know what they really about. They really about this demiurgency. You see what I'm saying? This United Nations of the Demiurge, the UND, for real. United Nations of Demiurgency. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the American flag is. A Masonic Sons of Liberty, which were the children of the Moors over here, and a lot of Moors got together and trained the Sons of Liberty on government. And the first thing the Moors wrote were the Articles of Confederation. Once they established the Articles of Confederation, they then funded the United States of America with like $20 million in gold bars. Once they did this, then they abolished the Articles of Confederation, and then they reestablished it in the form of the American Constitution. And that's where it came from. That's in their history. That's in Moorish history. I mean, shit, this is right there in our face. But you gotta call a spade sometimes. Niggas is fucking us over. And nobody would care what they did in the past if they still went fucking us over to this day. You see what I'm saying? So this is what's happening here. So you're seeing the rise of the red hats, and you're gonna see more and more red energy. They biting off the energy of the Scarlet Woman, which is Mother Sophia in her wrathful form. You see her Kalian form, her goddess of destruction form, which she just simply calls herself Babylon, the beautiful. See, so they call her Babylon the Great in the book of Revelation. Same shit. Who rides the beast? The beast is your melanin. You see what I'm saying? The beast is your monstrous melanin. So because she's what? She's a chaos goddess. Of course, she's a goddess of chaos now. And she's using the dark energy, the melanin, the dark plasma that's being produced to fuck this shit up. So the whole point of wearing red right now is to attack the energy and frequency of the Scarlet Woman. So there y'all go. In summary, the fiery goddess has risen to destroy the demiurgic matrix known as Chaos, Hades, Helheim, Sheol, Amenta, and the Abyss, etc. In the great words of the Scarlet Woman, Sophia, aka Babylon the Beautiful, death to all the material realm and its extra low frequencies and vibrations. So there y'all go. So this is what's been going on. Hope this helps. This is my lecture on the Scarlet Woman. So any questions? Rosa, can I explain what the Hebrew Israelites have going on? The Hebrew Israelites are pushing the doctrine of Hebrewism. The problem with Hebrewism is it's a rogue sect of Gnosticism. Yes, it does precede Christianity, but it's a rogue sect of Gnosticism. It's still a rogue sect. Yeah, I tell any Hebrew Israelite I come across, go study Gnosticism. Get the non-commodity scriptures. This shit better than anything Hebrewism got to offer. You see what I'm saying? Hebrewism got to offer. Like, Hebrewism ain't even fucking with nothing that Gnosticism got. And if they don't believe me, they be like, oh, but it's not in the Bible. But y'all gotta understand, like 360 books were taken out of the Bible. You got like 100 books from the Apocrypha alone. Then they took out all the Gnostic teachers, because remember, the Bible was originally known as the Helios Biblios, the Book of the Sun. So the original book, they literally tell you in history that the Second Council of Nicaea that happened in 725 AD was to take books out. Was when they took at least 100 books recorded. You know, they always downplay what the fuck they really did. So they took 100 book out, double, even triple what they took out. So they took out about 300. You know, say 300 books out of the Bible. See what I'm saying? So, because we know at least 100 books are just the Apocrypha. Because in 325 AD, that's when they got together to put all the books together in one Book of the Sun, Helios Biblios. But when the next generations came down, they couldn't control the people because the Gnostic teachings were still in the book, and so people were ascending. So the Orthodoxy couldn't control them. So in 725 AD, they held the Second Council of Nicaea to take out those books, the Gnostic Gospels, the Apocrypha, and various other books like the Book of Enoch and everything out of there, so that you, to dumb down, and so they politicized the fucking Bible. They politicized it. So when they politicized the Bible, and then they spent the next 1400 years degenerating the Bible more and more. They took more books out of it. They said orthodoxly it's only supposed to be 66 books in the Bible. So the Bible is a fraction of what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be at least 360 books in the Bible. See what I'm saying? So it's only a fraction. Well, like 60. Hell, 60 is below 90. So it's like 1/6 of what it used to be. So that's what you got going on. So that's what you got going on. So you know, and if you don't believe me, go research the Council of Nicaea yourself. They tell you in the goddamn Wikipedia that the motherfuckers they took at least 100 books out of the Bible. Like, straight up, that's common knowledge now. So yeah, the Bible is a fraction of what it used to be. Then they gave you the 50th version of the Bible, which was the King James version. That's the worst version of it. In the 1600s, they didn't even call Jesus. In the 1611 Bible, they didn't even call Jesus. They called him Iosis. You see what I'm saying? 1611 Bible. So yeah, they shut that Bible down after the Protestant Reformation because that shit was still too powerful, and so they politicized it one last time with the King James version of the Bible. And y'all know the King James was a fuck up. So yeah, a savage. He watched Rome burns. They killed all the Coptics, the Gnostics, the Coptic Egyptians, which were the Gnostics. They called them Coptic Christians, but they were actually the Gnostics. That's their real name. You see what I'm saying? Who kept the original teachings of their ancestors, and these motherfuckers went on a rampage where which they called inquisitions all across Europe, killing off as many Gnostics as they could. So because they still held the original teachings. So yeah, the Bible's supposed to be full of books. Gnosticism is supposed to be full of the Apocrypha. There are Greek teachings that's supposed to be in them. Hermes Trismegistus, they took all that shit out of them. Even in here, they show you that in the NonCommodity. A lot of the Greek and Sumerian teachings, there were Sumerian and Persian teachings that was in the Bible once upon a time that they also took out. So yeah, they took out at least 360 books. We know that for a fact. You know, they know that. NonCommodity revealed a bunch of books that was supposed to be in there. I can read y'all some of the books that's supposed to be in here. And somebody was just smart enough not to put the fucking NonCommodity in there. So somebody just said, you know what? We're not even going to put these in here. You see what I'm saying? We're not even going to put these in here because one day we feel like these crazy motherfuckers going to betray the true teaching. And they did. So they just buried them in NonCommodity. Well, today NonCommodity in a way. Egypt. To be protected and revealed once again. So you got the secret book of James, the gospel of truth, which is probably one of the most ancient texts of Gnosticism, the tripartite tractate, which is the treaty of the three. the three energies. The secret book of John, the gospel of Thomas, the gospel of Philip, the nature of the rulers. Oh, the origin of the world, which is probably the baddest book in Gnosticism. Shit which tell you why all this shit is fucked up. Let's see, Exegesis of the Soul, the book of I said the book of Thomas, the wisdom of Jesus Christ. You actually hear from Jesus for once. How about that? The dialogue of the Savior, the revelation of Paul, the first revelation of James. Let's see, the revelation of Adam. So you also hear from Adam. Let's see here, the Acts of Peter and the 12 disciples as they journeyed through Europe in the Middle East. They got another book called Thunder, the concept of our great powers, excerpts from Plato's Republic. Let's see here, just some I know. The paraphrase of Shem. A lot of y'all asked about Shem, but he is the revelation of Peter. The three stellars of self. So self in here. Zoroastrianos, who is the father of Zoroaster. Did y'all know that? Let's see, the letter of Peter to Philip. Melchizedek. Now I know y'all know who Melchizedek is. He's even in here. The thoughts of Noria, the daughter of Eve. You see what I'm saying? The testimony of truth. Marsanus, the interpretation of knowledge. Let's see here. The three forms of first thought, the gospel of Mary. Now, motherfuckers don't even want to believe that Mary has a gospel, but she do. The act of Peter, the gospel of Judas. Niggas definitely don't want to believe that the gospel that Judas has a book, because in Orthodox Christianity, Judas is the betrayal. But in Gnosticism, Judas is Jesus' favorite student and best student. And Jesus actually asked, it was Judas that was crucified on the cross, not Jesus. Jesus went on back to ancient Egypt to ascend to heal the patriarchal side of the melanated bloodline. So to redeem the patriarchal side of the melanated bloodline. Whereas Noria redeemed the matriarchal side of the melanated bloodline. So there you go, Alexis. Judas the Savior. So let's see here. So yeah. So there you go. There you go. And there are different schools that they talk to you about. So yeah. So there's various other there's books that's not even in here that they found. In other books like the book of Pormandres, another name for Mungu, the pre-existing one. So yeah, and they go over the hierarchy, all this. See, this gets you out of here. The Gnostics get you the fuck up out of here, whereas Christianity keep you enslaved down here. You see what I'm saying? Rosa, what's the name of this book? The NonCommodity Scriptures. The NonCommodity by Marvin Mayer. You can get it off Amazon. So yeah, so Gnosticism gets you the fuck up out of here. Goddamn, Christianity don't get you out of here. Hebrewism don't get you out of here. They want you to stay here and be slaves. Shit, I done read the Zohar. I done read the goddamn some of their works of Hebrewism. It's better than goddamn Christianity for better part, because you get at least some esoteric knowledge like the Kabbalah and Kalipah, which actually come from ancient Egypt. But it ain't advanced like they told you. And Alistair Crowley teaches that Gnosticism is actually better than Hebrewism. So that's what's going on with Hebrew Israelites. They still stuck on the Hebrew side of shit, but the Hebrewism is a rogue sect of Gnosticism. So they need to go and study Gnosticism. But a lot of them niggas be like, it's not in the Bible. It's not in the Bible because it was taken out of the Bible in the Second Council of Nicaea. And if you don't believe me, go read the fucking Wikipedia. Hell, it's on Wikipedia. That's common fucking knowledge. If it's on Wikipedia, they feel like that shit there is common knowledge. Like, you should know that. You should know that these niggas fucking took books out of the Bible by now. That's how common it is now. So they took over 360 books. Like I said, Greek texts, Persian texts, Sumerian texts. They took out, of course, the Gnostic texts. They took out the Apocrypha, which were the esoteric books of Christianity, esoteric Christianity, or Gnostic Christianity, as it was once called. So yeah, till they get into Gnosticism, they'll always be lesser than they always never be where they supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? Cause they vibrate on a rogue sect energy. You know, the Israelites is actually a rogue sect of fucking the Jews. Is actually a rogue sect of Gnostics. You know, they were black. That's true, but they were traitors to the Gnostic teachings. They took what they wanted and they made their own version of it. Then they ran off, you know, without actually getting the full understanding. Or they did get the full understanding, but didn't care enough. But they didn't want to put it in their teachings. So yeah, the Gnostics labeled them as rogues, and then they would go on to create a book. And the Gnostics even said that the Bible is the God in the Bible is the demiurge. They basically say this. They basically warn you not to get too deep into the Bible later on down the timeline, because they said the Bible has been degenerated so much it has become a book of Yaldabaoth, the blind god. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's what the problem with Hebrew Israelism is. And how they treat their women. They treat their women like shit. Because they are adhering to Hebrew teachings, which said that fucking Eve created the first sin. But if they had studied Gnosticism, they know that the serpent, Kundalini Shakti, freed Eve and Adam, because they can now, their third eyes open, they can now perceive who their true enemies were, which were the archons. You see what I'm saying? Which were the archons. So yeah, and they were kicked out of fucking the Garden of Eden, because the Garden of Eden was a fucking illusion in the first place. So they can see through the illusion now. So they couldn't stay there. They couldn't stay in that virtual reality no more. That virtual garden anymore. So the archons kicked them out there, bitch, onto Earth. According to the Gnostics, you see what I'm saying? They had to take them out that shit and put them on Earth. They said that they were immortal. Or so they said that they was immortal. But they were immortal as long as they stayed in that virtual reality, which didn't exist. See what I'm saying? It didn't exist. So in actuality, they were living in that was the first version of the illusionary Earth in the material world. The primal material, as they call it. The primordial version, or the original version of the material universe, or the material dimension. So they destroyed that, which was their Garden of Eden, and kicked them down and moved them, transferred them to Earth, according to the Gnostic teachings. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what really happened. So that's why the Hebrew Israelites, nobody's attracted to that shit, because like nigga, most metaphysical teachings outdo that shit y'all teaching. Like niggas came out of Christianity for a reason. Like, why would you put them back in there with the Bible? You know, you at least gotta come with some Gnosticism or something other than the Bible. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why the Hebrewism, Judaism, all that shit there don't really fucking ride. See what I'm saying? Don't really fucking ride. So I hope that answers the question. Any other questions before I roll out? Miss Pat, are there any Gnostics left anywhere on the planet? Probably. Yeah, who knows? Probably. They probably wouldn't tell you they were Gnostics, because the Gnostics were labeled as heretics, and they still are labeled as heretics according to the Christian orthodoxy, or the Catholic orthodoxy. So yeah, so they'll never tell motherfuckers that they actual Gnostics over there, because they may risk getting murked around here. So yeah. There you go, can we the Gnostics? So yeah, Gnostics brought their asses over here, where they can practice and study Gnosticism freely without getting murked around here. Rock, can I do a lecture on Godzilla vs. King Kong? Oh, it's out now? Yeah, I had to watch that. Somebody told me that it was out recently. Yeah, I had to watch it. This pal used to see them niggas in Harlem talking mad shit. Yeah, they talking mad shit. Wasting their energy. And they still working for the demiurge. Don't even know it. So yeah. Is the Bible useful? Yes, there are some scientific concepts in there that's useful. Ye are gods. Ye are gods hidden in the saviors of Israel. Israel ain't nothing but your physical body. Literally. It's nothing but your physical body. Isis is the feminine energy. Ra is the masculine energy. El is your life force. So yeah, which is all inside of you. But what's up, Isis? Y'all don't have no other questions? We'll get on up out of here. I'm Marv Jones. Y'all share this with your friends. Let them know what's going on. If y'all want to check out my other coalitions, hit me up on YouTube. And if you want to hit me up for the Sacred Chance or the Dr. Your Book List, you guys hit me over there. And if you just want support, you can cash out me at mcjnetwork. And I'm out. Peace.